Good evening everyone, and welcome to another session of Ask Zak, of course with myself Zak. And tonight I've got a very special guest with me, Sarah Chirwa from Alzu PIC. Now, PIC is, of course, stands for Pig Improvement Company. Now the big thing where you want to improve, of course, is with the genetics. Now PIC's head office is here in Middleburg, but they've got quite a few farms in Gauteng and of course here in Mpumalanga as well, and of course the GTC where they produce the semen that's available to customers. Now they offer a wide range of products that's available to you as customers. First of all is of course the sale of live animals, whether it's boars or sows that you're buying in to improve your genetics, or you can buy semen from them if you already kitted out and you just want to bring in new bloodlines, of course, of new genetics into your piggery. And of course, Sarah, you guys do a lot of work with training, with your online courses that's of course available on your website. Things like AI, housing management, environmental management, of course feed. You touch on the whole piggery aspect that of course entails your piggery business. Now Sarah, when I listen to what you're speaking about, you talk a lot about genetics. So why is genetics so important, let's say, to a piggery or a pig farmer?
Okay, first of all, we all know that there are 5 fundamentals in the pig production. You've got your environment, you've got your genetics, you've got your health, you've got your management, and you've got your nutrition. If you compromise any of those fundamentals, then you are not going to be producing well. The most important thing is that you need to have an animal that is going to be producing to its full potential, that is going to be cost effective, and that will going to give you the most maximum yield that you need of your production. Therefore, genetics are very much important in a sense that if you are not using proper genetics, even if you can have the best feed in the world, the best environment, nutrition and everything, but for as long as your animal does not have a potential to grow, it's not going to grow. If the animal is not got the potential to give you the best out of little, it's not going to happen. So if you can look at these times now whereby farmers are struggling, you need an animal with a good feed conversion that is going to produce, that is going to eat less and produce more. That's where genetics are coming in to make sure that you get what you deserve out of them.
So now from the feed side, you guys do all the hard work when it comes to genetics, making sure the potential is there for the animal to grow properly, produce proper litters and everything. But again, you touched on it a little bit earlier. If we, when we look at a star athlete, they can perform, but if they eat McDonald's the whole time, they're going to become stootler and they're never going to be able to perform. So that's where the feed is so crucially important, guys. There are different stages like your sow and boar, lactating, weaner, grower feed. Now those feeds are formulated to make full use of the potential of that growth period of the animal. Remember, we can't use one feed to try and cover all the bases, because a young growing animal needs more protein, vitamins, all those types of things, because its body is still developing. It needs to put on muscle mass, grow properly and develop properly. But if you put it on let's say a sow and boar, which is basically a maintenance feed, that little one is never going to develop to its proper potential. So first of all, you always kick off with a good creep feed. We use ASA. You guys I know use ASA here and there as well.
Yes.
But ASA to creep feed to get those tummies of those little ones developing quicker, so that so that there's no shock on them when you wean them and move them over to solid feed. Then you of course you use the weaner. There from you go to the grower, and then you go over to your sow and boar. Now in between you've got of course your lactating feed. Now with your lactating feed, with our sows, we try to at least 2 weeks before she farrows to make sure we start giving it to her, because those little ones are taking up more space in the stomach. The stomach is getting smaller, and we need to get a higher nutritional value into the animal just to make sure she doesn't lose condition. Remember, animal will always take care of itself before it takes care of production.
Yes.
And we don't want our animals to lose condition, especially when she gives birth and she has to lactate. And when she's thin, she's not going to take care of those little ones properly. And of course, she's not going to take the ball as soon as she's not going to go into a cycle as quickly as you'd like to. But that is very important from the feed side. But on it's not just the feed, as Sarah mentioned. The environment also plays a big role, ne, Sarah?
The environment plays a big role, and it's one of the 5 fundamentals that I have mentioned. It's very much important to take care of your environment, because even if you can have the best genetics in the world, you can feed your pigs properly, but at the end of the day, if you are stressing them up, your houses are extremely hot, there's draft in your piggery, or it's dirty, you are not cleaning it properly, you are not disinfecting properly, and other factors that are affecting your environment, that becomes a big problem. And remember, for each and every production stage, there are certain requirements for the environment. The temperature requirements are different. Your farrowing house needs certain environment. You have a sow that will require an 18 to 21 degrees Celsius, and then you've got a piglet at birth that will require a 32 degrees Celsius. You must be able to balance those two so that your pigs can grow well, and most importantly, to make sure that your sow does not suffer from heat stress, because that will lead that sow not to eat, and that it's not gonna have enough milk. Your piglets are not going to grow. With the same, weaners as well, they've got their own temperature requirement. Growers, they've got their they've got their own temperature requirement. And with your dry sow or your pregnant sows, they've got their own temperature requirement. Make sure that you understand all these requirements for the temperatures, for the environment, so that you can have your pigs growing happy and producing well, because if they are under any kind of stress, you're not going to get the good production out of them.
Now, all these things that we touched on, the feed, the equipment, of course the housing itself we can't do ourselves, but the housing that you put up, we can supply you with, in our Alzu one-stop shops, with all the feed, all the equipment. We've got a new nice range from MS skippers that we brought in, feeders, drinkers, all those types of things to make sure your animals can produce properly. And of course, from Sarah's side, PIC is also looking at the developing farmers, getting information out to them. So from our feed side, all the info, pop into your nearest Alzu one-stop shop, where you can get all your feed guides, your equipment, everything necessary to kit out your piggery and the inside of your piggery, so that you can build yourself forward, and of course your business forward. Now, the additional information, Sarah, you guys have a lot of information that the customers need to get you as well.
Yes.
Where can they get that?
Okay, our customers can go to our website, whereby they are going to find different manuals, and they can download those manuals for free. You will be able to see as well with the specifications when you are building your pig houses, how much space you need to utilize for which pig, maybe for a weaner, for your farrowing house. You will have those specifications, because as we understand that for our emerging farmers, building is also a challenge to them. You want to use as less as possible, but do not compromise certain things. So how you can go about it, get the specifications from our website. You can also follow us on Facebook, so that you can see when is our trainings that we are having. And we've got trainings lined up for the year. We've got a farrowing house training, we've got an artificial insemination training, and we've got all of those lined up for the year and the dates, so that you can book yourself in time. And then you can go to www.picrsa.co.za, and you will find all the PIC team in there with their phone numbers and their email addresses. You can contact us, and you can be able to put an order online if you would like to do that. And yeah, you can also then go to what is Instagram, Peak Improvement Company. Thank you.
So there's a lot of products available. Of course, training, as Sarah said, is the information that you need to get the environment ready, and of course live animals or semen that you can order from PIC. So guys, get in contact with Alzu PIC, and of course us here at Alzu Feeds. You can get everything from one company to make your life easier. But from my side, thank you for tuning in tonight, and we see you next Tuesday. And Sarah, thank you so much for being here, and we enjoy your time, and you've got so much knowledge to give the customers. Guys, don't be scared to contact Sarah and the team. They've got so much to give in terms of knowledge that's only going to help you and make you stronger as a farmer, and that's where you want to be. But thank you so much for your time, Sarah.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Till next time.
Have a good evening.
Bye.